Hello, Felipe. As you know, this past weekend we restored our system, and as a result of restoring it, we lost a little bit of data. So we get to do some over again, but in the process of doing some over again, get to add one or two things that we're looking at. And so what we'll get to do over again is basically this data here, which tells us the numbers of trades in the last well, since the beginning of the year, and whether they were winners, losers, or what I call D trades. D trades are trades that are typically on for a longer period of time. So a regular trade might be on for 5 or 6 days. A D trade might be on for 30 days or so. Okay, quite a bit longer. One of the things we've noticed is quite often on the D trades, there's no next day pullback. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So, as we look at this guy here, let's say we get in somewhere around here. What happens is, or here is, there's a pullback, a second opportunity to get in. It might be over here, it might be over here, and then it's down we go time in theory. Now, in this particular case, because of the pattern that we have here, we would be looking at a rather short ride, probably only down to here. When we got in, we thought the pattern was going to take us all the way down to here. But right now, it looks like probably over here is all we're going to get. So we'll have to wait and see. But the important part is that the new thing we're testing out is what happens if it doesn't go down right away, if it kind of goes sideways for a few days. And that may give us an opportunity to put on additional positions, knowing with some degree of accuracy that we have a trade on that is likely to be a winner, and about how much it's going to make, okay, and how much the risk might be. And like I said, it just depends on what's going on in this particular situation here, because originally we were looking at shorting here, and since then it's done this little sideways thing, which has taken forever, which tells me that it's a very strong move, and after a down move, it's likely to go up and continue. Okay, we had a situation that was somewhat similar in the crude oil. If you remember, we wound up going short up here somewhere. Okay, and then prices went down. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. But then they went up again. Okay, and this would have been another opportunity for an entry, and actually it was, wound up adding another position up here. And then down she went, and either over here or over here, wound up getting out. And as you could see, price was still strong and went and made some pretty high highs here. Okay. So one of the things with getting in on the additional position, like over here, is you really need to be on your toes and ready to get the heck out, not fall in love with that particular position. Okay. So that's why, because that's what I found in my historical studies. So in the D, what I call the D trades, for example, these are ones that last 20, 30, 40 days sometimes. I find that there's very little opportunity to get in on a second time. And so it's the way it goes. Okay. Whereas in your regular trade, like this one here, you get in on a second opportunity here, which I call the 6 to 10 a.m. And then here it winds up getting out rather quickly within a few days. Okay, I'll give you another example. In this one, after 4 or 5 days, one of which, well, here's Saturday, Sunday, so, you know, it wound up finally doing the 6 o'clock second chance, and then the very next day, boom, it's already out. Okay, so really have to be on your toes with this thing here, and when we put it into software, we'll have to take that into consideration. Let's get rid of this. There's just a lot of things that we're going to have to put into the software in order to deal as effectively, in order for the computer to deal as effectively as we might. Here's an example of a trade that wound up being a loser, and this one did not have a good second chance turnaround opportunity. Okay, so this is what we're doing. If we take a look at these numbers here, there's only 14 trades on the first 13 in terms of winning. There's only 3 of losers, but if we project this out all the way, what we're going to wind up is probably for the first 6 months, probably about 50 to 60 trades altogether. Let's say 60 trades for the first 6 months, and that's a pretty good number statistically speaking. So we're in pretty good shape. Got a whole lot more work to do. Just thought I'd show you what's going on, and we'll see you next time. Bye.